Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a. I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. Let's see, and I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Well, hey, neighbors, welcome in. Come on. How are y'all doing? What is going on this Thursday? What are y'all doing? Let's see who we have. Have on my red lipstick today. Yeah. So what's been happening with y'all? I have a story to tell y'all. Y'all are not going to believe it. But anyway, let's see who's in the house. Uni Magic, welcome. Hey, Lisa. Welcome in. Lisa and Uni Magic. Y'all have to go over there and check out Uni Magic's channel. She's doing auctions, of course. My whole community is mostly auction people. Y'all know I love auction people. Um, my table in the kitchen looks like it's about to take a trip right now. I was trying to clear it off today. And Lisa, of course, she has a great uh auction with different. She collabs with different people. Unimagic collabs with Angela. She spells her name Anglia, and then you have Lisa. She collabs with Patsy and Patty, and on Wednesday sometimes she goes on with Denise's Magical Emporium and Michael with Mark and Michael, two old men, vintage and resale. But they are awesome, awesome, awesome. Creek. Oh, Uniques by the Creek. Come in. Of course, she has auctions. She just started. Y'all need to go over there and follow her. She has a good channel. Y'all need to check her out. She's awesome. And there's my sister Christina. Welcome in, Christina. Christina. She goes dumpster diving and she does talks and she's just all around awesome. Angela Isaacs Vintage and More. That's who Unimagic's with. This Angela right here. Hey Angela. How are y'all doing? Sometimes in a chat we'll have two or three Angelas, Angie. Um, I don't know. It's a lot of us. I think that was a really popular name back in the '60s. I don't know if these women were born in the '60s or not, but I think it was a popular name back in the '60s. But I was named from a soap opera, Another World. I don't know if y'all remember that soap opera, Another World, but I was named off that soap opera. Hey, Pamela, welcome in. How are you? Christina, did I miss Christina? I didn't mean to. Christina, where is Christina? I must be talking to the winning walk with Christina. Oh, there's my twin Claudette. My beautiful twin. What are y'all doing this Thursday? It's nice here. It's nice here. Have I got a story to tell y'all? And y'all can laugh. Oh, thank you, Uniques by the Creek. Y'all can laugh if y'all want to when I tell the story. Taylor laughed as she almost, well, she had to go to the bathroom and TT. She laughed so hard, but at the time it wasn't very funny. But Taylor always laughs when she gets nervous. I don't know if y'all have somebody in y'all's family that laughs when they get nervous. Well, Taylor does. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Hey, Nez. Welcome in, honey bun. And of course, Nez is our artistic channel. She can draw, she can paint, she can sing. She's just all around cool. She don't like for me to talk about her channel, but I'm going to talk about it because I love Nez. I'm running through this really quickly. I was named after a car. You was named after a car? I don't remember a car with that name. Enlighten me. I always like to be enlightened by things like that. Ford. A Ford Angela? What year did that come out? Do you know? I've never heard of that. Oh, you didn't miss me. Oh, it's 40 degrees. Hey, Josie. There's my beautiful friend, Josie. Josie, of course, put out a video about a beach journal. Y'all got to go watch it. This journal is awesome. She put real shells in it. It was so neat. I enjoyed watching that video. It's really cool. I can't wait till Josie and I do our live in January. We're going to do a live chat in January. We haven't really got together and discussed it, but I have some ideas. She has some ideas, and we'll just put our ideas together and we'll come up with something. I went to the auction and the farmer's market today. Oh, that sounds like fun. Oh, I love you too, Nez. Good seeing you. Yeah, Terry is Uniques by the Creek, in case y'all don't know that. Did Stephanie come in? Let's see. Wait. Google 1948 Ford Angela. I will. Let me write that down. I'm always curious about stuff like that. I'm always curious about yours sounds more interesting than mine. Like I was named after a soap opera and you were named after a car. I mean, yours sounds more interesting than mine does. My middle name was after my Aunt Carmen. Well, my middle name is Grace. And Angela means angel. And Grace, it fits me to a T. That's what I'd always say, and people would laugh. Because if you used to know my personality in my younger years, I was far from an angel, and they would just laugh when I would say, well, I fit my name, Angela Grace. And we all know what Grace means. And of course, Angela means angel. I just went with it. You're welcome, Josie. You know I love you, girl. My real name is Stephanie, Angie. Oh, got you. Got you. Well, the Grove, the channel, I'm thinking of Stephanie from the Grove. I have a first cousin named Stephanie. Bo, who is the cousin that has the tree farm, the Christmas tree farm, that had the brain aneurysm. I don't know if y'all have been following that long. But his sister's name is Stephanie, so I can always remember Stephanie. One of my BFFs in elementary school was named Carmen. I love that name. Dawn. Angela Dawn. There's a lot of Dawns on YouTube in our community. My mama named me after Ricky Nelson's wife, Kristen. Oh, okay. Now see, that's cool. But I tell everyone to call me Uni when all the other Stephanies are around. That's good. That's what I call you. I call you Uni. Okay, so this is what happened. Let me tell y'all the story. It's not a nice story, but it's a story. So last week when I got off live, I was expecting a book in the from Amazon because I couldn't find it. I thought I had the book here, but I must have loaned it to someone. But I was waiting for it to come in the through Amazon. Well, it showed up. Well, it showed up in the back of my house where my carport is. So I was so excited and I forgot that it had rained and rained and rained the night before. And I usually don't go out in my wheelchair with a lot of rain. I just don't because the grass, I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck and I just don't do it. But I didn't think about that. All I was thinking about was the book. And the name of the book is Hind's Feet on High Places. It's an allegory. And I read it every so many years, and I always get something else out of it, every time I read it. But this isn't about the book. So I head outside. I don't even carry my phone with me. That is unusual. I carry my phone everywhere I go. Even when I go to the bathroom, I carry my phone. Because if James is not here and something happens to me in the bathroom, I need to be able to call someone. Well, for some reason, I went out of the house without my phone. I get on the side of the house, where my bell is, on the side of the wall, the house where the chimney is. It's like 5:20 in the afternoon. It gets dark early. Guess what happens to Angie? I get stuck in the yard in my wheelchair. Yeah. In my wheelchair because it had rained so much. Hey, Jane. So I'm stuck in my yard trying to get myself unstuck. That's right. Grab you a snack. This is a good story. So I don't panic. Okay. I said, how did I leave the house without my phone? I could not even call my neighbor. But when I went out my front door, I said to myself, oh, he's not even home. My neighbor is not even home. The one that always checks on me. So, I'm sitting there and James is going to go by Walmart after he gets off work. Okay. Cause we had already talked and he was going to go by Walmart. He doesn't get off work till 7. He usually don't get home to 7:30, but he was going to go by Walmart and pick up a few things. So he was going to be home about 8:30. So that meant I was going to have to sit outside for 3 hours. 3 hours. I was going to have to sit outside until he got home because I couldn't call anybody or anything. And it was going to get cold and so all this is running through my head like, how did you do this, Angie? How did you get in this situation? You was not even thinking, what is wrong with you? So I'm sitting there like, and don't get me, I have not panicked yet. I am just sitting there going, I cannot believe I did this. I cannot believe that I got stuck like Chuck in my yard. And I did it. It was my fault. I did it. Oh, I always bring my cell phone everywhere and good I did. I have fallen and had to call my neighbor. Yes. All right. So I'm out in the side of my house, stuck. I mean, the more I turned my wheels on my wheelchair to try to get out, the deeper I got in the ground. I mean, it was just like a truck or a car you got stuck. And see, I have wheels underneath my wheelchair. Besides the four wheels on the outside, I have wheels underneath. So I can pretty much get out of anything except soggy. You know, you just can't. So, yeah, after it was over with, I realized how scary it was. So what happens? I sit there and I say, okay, Lord, this is exactly what I said. I said, you take care of the children and the dummies. I said, so help me get out of this situation. And I will think next time before I go out of the house. And I just said that little prayer. Well, the next thing I know, the neighbor, like in the brick house across the street from the mobile home, you know, it's beside the mobile home, their son comes out to get their garbage cans where the garbage had run that day. So it had to be a Wednesday. Or it could have been a Thursday. He could have got them the next day. But he comes out to get the garbage cans. Just randomly comes out of the house. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I go, hey. And he turns around. I said, can you come help me? And he's like, yeah. He's like 17. He's still in high school. He may be 16. So he comes over there and I just say, this old woman got stuck in the yard. Can you help me? And he's like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can help you. I said, okay, get behind me and you push and I'll turn, you know, we'll get out of this. Bless his heart. He could not move this fat woman. Okay. He could not move it. So I said, okay, come around the front and let's see if I can back out. So he comes around to the front, gets down there. He can't move this big woman in this wheelchair. So I sat there and I said, okay, my front door's open. My walker is in there. I said, go in there and get my walker and I'm going to stand up and you back my wheelchair out. And then I'm going to sit back down in my wheelchair. You can pull it around where I am. And, so he goes in the house, he gets my walker. I stand up and usually I don't use my walker outside because the ground's so unstable. I don't use my walker, but I had no choice. So I stood up and he was kind of shocked that I could stand up. I don't think he realized I could move a little bit with my walker. So I said, look, let me move out of the way because see, he hadn't never worked my wheelchair and it has a joystick on it. And I told him, I said, it's just like a video game. Use the joystick just like you're playing a video game and it backs up, it goes forward, sideways, all that. I said, but let me get out of your way because I don't want you knocking me over, you know, learning how to work my wheelchair. And I said, put it in second gear and not fifth gear because I don't want you to slap over me. So he puts it down in second gear and he does great. He backs up, he pulls it around where he could get it behind me and I sat down. I'm out of the woods. I'm finally unstuck like Chuck out in the yard. And so I said, he said, I'm going to follow you around to your front door. I'm like, okay, follow me around to the front door. So he follows me around. I said, what's your name? He said, my name is Landon. And I said, well, thank you, Landon. You were a godsend. Thank you. I appreciate it. He said, you're welcome. So he goes back home. I go in the house. I'm tracking mud everywhere on my floors because my wheels have been they've been in that wet. I said, oh my gosh, James is going to love this because he's going to have to mop all this up when he gets home. So James gets home and I tell him I got stuck. He's just rolling his eyes like, I cannot believe you went outside didn't you remember that it rained and you didn't have your phone and all this stuff. But anyway, I made it. But Taylor thought that was the funniest thing in the world. And that's the way to get up from lifting behind our armpits. Yes, I do, Terry. I have a hubby. He has bad lungs and neuropathy, and he can't lift me. Yeah, but I mean, I had no sooner said that prayer. I mean, I just said it, and I never panicked. I just said, Lord, you take care of the little children and the dummies. And it was dumb of me to come outside without thinking, and I don't have my phone. And I really don't want to sit here 3 hours and wait on James to get home. I really don't. So help me get out of this situation. And as soon as I said that, that teenage boy come out of that house, and he just walked down to the end of his driveway and was getting his garbage cans. And I just looked up and I said, thank you, Lord. Like that. The Lord said him, he will remember this. It will build his character and open great doors and bless. Yes. Yes. And he was really nice about it. You know, he said, do I need to call somebody? I said, no, I think we can do it. We can do it. If you'll just follow my direction and listen to what I'm telling you to do, we can get me out of this situation. He's like, okay, yes, ma'am. He was saying, yes, ma'am. You know, real polite young man. And so that's my story for the week. That I got stuck in my yard. And like I said, James just shook his head like, and I said, well, I was trying to get my book. All I had on my mind was, I've been waiting on this book for a week. And I've been wanting to read it. And all I was thinking was, oh, I'll just ride around here and get my book, ride back around, and I'll read a few chapters of it. No, that did not happen. But once I sunk, I knew that my wheelchair went down, and I thought, oh, Lord, please let me be able to get out. And I gave it one big burst of trying to get out of that situation. And it just kept spinning and spinning and spinning my wheels. And I just shook my head like, how did you do this, Angie? How in the world did you do this? But I was going to have to sit there about 3 hours if that young boy hadn't come out of his house. And it was going to get colder and colder because it was going to be about 8:30 at night. And yeah, I'm going to do something for him. I don't know what I'm going to do for him, but I told James, I said, I gotta do something for him, you know, for helping me. And he said, yeah, we gotta do something. But I hadn't thought about what I'm gonna do yet. I usually try to think of something very different to do. Yeah, I was glad I was saying too, because I have elderly neighbors, and Miss Pat, the lady that lived over here, you know, they moved to the facility. Remember me telling y'all that she had cancer, and they told her that there was nothing else they could do for her since she and her husband moved out of their house. I did a video on it, and she passed away about 2 weeks ago. And I don't know if her husband's going to move back to the home or not. I have no idea. So there wasn't anybody at that home. The lady that lives in the mobile home is elderly. She couldn't have helped me. She could have called somebody, but she couldn't help. Derek, the neighbor that always looks after me, he wasn't at home. I'd surely tell his parents they have a great young man there. Yes. But anyway, I have got to keep my phone. And it was just, I never go out of the house without my phone. I don't know. I just wasn't thinking. Just was not thinking at all. But anyway, that's that story. So what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? We get to bring Berkeley home with us after we go to Matt's to help him move after Thanksgiving. We talked to him this morning, and we're going to bring Berkeley home with us, and she's going to stay with us from Sunday to Thursday. Oh, she's going to be in a beauty pageant on the uh 14th. I think she's going to be in a beauty pageant on the 14th. Yeah, that is true. Perhaps you were to meet the. Yes, everything happens for a reason. Yes, that's right, Claudette. Y'all already had y'all's Thanksgiving. So James goes up to the place because they gave James and them a ham for their for Thanksgiving. The company that he works for gave him a ham. So he gets up there and he gets these big two huge hams, smoked hams. And so we already had one ham in the deep freeze at the shed. And he comes in, he puts one of the hams in the freezer here, and he goes down to one the shed, and he comes back up and he says, we already have two hams. What do you think about us giving this ham to Derek, our neighbor across the street? I said, go. It's fine with me. You do what you want to. They were given to you. You work for it. You work for the company. So he goes over there. He comes back and he said, "You're never going to believe it." I said, "Yeah, I'm going to believe it." What? He said, he told me that he and his wife, Tamitha, that's her name, were just talking about they didn't know where they were going to get the turkey or ham from for that they were going to have for Thanksgiving. And I said, "Well, you should have said, well, see, you don't have to worry about it. It just came to your front door." So I told James, I said, it was meant for you to give them that ham because they was already thinking about, okay, how are we going to get a ham for Thanksgiving? You know, yeah, she's going to be in a beauty pageant. Yep. I am cooking only what I want to. I'm leaving the rest to the other two I live with. There you go. Well, Taylor and I made the menu out because we don't leave it to James because he tries to cook for the whole entire almost three neighborhoods. So Taylor and I made out the menu and told him he wasn't to the tour from the menu. Hey Krista, how are you, honey bun? Okay, y'all hadn't forgot about the sour candy that I'm gonna eat. The world's most sourest candy. Once I reach 10 super chats, no matter if they're 99 cents or above or whatever. Nana gave me one last week. When I reach 10, I'm gonna do a taste test with that sour candy. Berkeley will win hands down. She's cute. I have always asked them why they haven't put Berkeley in a beauty pageant. And they both said, well, I don't really know if we want to go down that road because of the way beauty pageants are. We don't know if we want to actually do that. But this one is more like what I want to say, Matt told me. It's not like your flashy beauty pageant. It's more like they base it on personality. You dress casual, like Sunday dress. Um, I think they interview you. Uh, I don't really know. It's not like your extravagant. Uh, really, how they buy those $600 and $700 dresses. I don't know if it's the talent or not, but I mentioned this to James the other day. Matt has a beautiful tenor voice. Matt can sing. He used to sing in church. He plays the guitar. He plays the keyboard. He plays the piano. I mean, he's very, very musically inclined. Okay. So I told James, I said, I wonder if they ever listen to Berkeley sing. I know she still has that childlike voice. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But you can pretty much tell if a child can stay on key or not, you know? And so I said, I wonder if Berkeley's gonna have a voice like Matt. Because Matt can sing. Yeah, and their personality, yeah. And good, because some of those parents get carried away, and it's mostly the parent. Yes. Yes. But see, I think they're doing this because Berkeley, it's not really a hard time with Livy coming along, but she's been getting up in the middle of the night, waking up, going into their bedroom, just wanting them to hug her, like give her a hug. And then Matt will hug her and say that he loves her, and she'll turn around and go back and get in the bed. And then, the teacher at school's been saying that she said she is one of the smartest children in the class. But since the baby's been born, it's like she wants more attention. The teachers noticed that. And Matt says she's getting better, but I think they're doing this to try to give her a little undivided attention. Because Matt said Livy's waking up every 3 hours wanting a bottle. And they're really having to pay a lot of attention to Livy. And yeah, it's normal. That's what I told Matt. I said, it's normal. I mean, what she's doing is because of Livy. It's normal. Yeah, she's the firstborn. Yeah. And so the whole time since Livy's been born, every time Matt would call, I would say, now, if y'all need a break, you can send Berkeley to us. We will come get her. We will keep her, as long as you need for us to keep her. If you need a few days just with the baby, if you just call us, we will come get her. He never would. I guess they were just trying to do it on their own. I don't know. And so she's going to her other grandparents the week of Thanksgiving because the grandmother on the other side teaches school, and she's off during that time. They have a Thanksgiving break. And then she's coming to our house the next week. Welcome back, Josie. I don't know if you heard my story about getting stuck in the yard in my wheelchair. Berkeley is adjusting to being a big sister. She will. And she loves Livy. She loves her. She loves to hold her. And when you get on the phone with her, she'll talk about her. It's not that she don't love the baby. It's just she's not used to dividing the attention up, It's okay to make a bit of a fuss over her. She's feeling left out and not old enough to understand. Right. My neighbor across the street came over, their son, who's about 16 or 17 years old, came over and helped me get back into the house with my wheelchair. It was quite an experience. But so she'll be coming to stay. And I don't know, whoever's friends with me on Facebook, Lincoln got his first haircut yesterday because they're fixing to have family pictures made for Christmas. And she wanted to get his haircut. She wanted to wait till his first birthday, but that's not to the 30th of December. She wanted to get pictures made and she wanted his hair trimmed. But he did not cry or anything. He did not shed a tear when she was cutting his hair. None. Not at all. He sat in his daddy's lap. He sat in Brent's lap. And I have pictures on my Facebook page of him getting his hair cut. It was the cutest thing ever. Cute, cute, cute. I can see that in the pics on Facebook. She loves that. She does. Hey, Austin. Oh yeah, he is. He is a big boy. But anyway, that is my grand story for the week. Is I got stuck. Um. So, do y'all have anything? Some news? Give me some news. Somebody tell me some news. If anybody's got now, Josie has an auction tomorrow. She and Pam Treasures have an auction tomorrow. Josie has an auction on Saturday, which that's the one we always go in and chit chat and have a good time on that. Which we have a good time on Friday, but it's more relaxed on her Saturday auction for some reason. And if y'all have any, if y'all want a link drop or anything, Claudette, Christina, my sister, she will drop them. Hey, Yarn again. How are you? There's my singing buddy. Yarn again. Yarn again's got a new little, she can put the puppy that she has. I want to say a Yorkie, but I could be wrong. Could someone drop Christina's World's link, please? And it won't get over 6 pounds. This little doggy that she got won't get over 6 pounds. She and Teresa, she is Teresa. She and Dawn do auctions together. Y'all know that. And it's a really good time over there. I give to Yarn again a hard time every time I go in there. I get started on her singing all the time. I joke with her all the time about it. Oh, and Sunday, Ella and I are having our Keeping It Real show. It's at 5 Central, no, 4 Central, 5 Eastern. And y'all don't forget, it's going to be on Save Here First. It's Ella's channel. I put it on, I shared it on my community post. So y'all will see it. Y'all make sure y'all come over and watch that. We always have a good conversation when you're in, when Ella and I go on Keeping It Real. I've got to get with, I'm sorry, James. I misspelled your name. Oh, spelling don't count, Teresa, remember? That's what they always say. Spelling does not count. My children used to get so upset with me because I would correct their English when they would speak, and I would correct spelling, and they would every time they would do something and they would speak incorrect English. I would go, no, that's not the way you say that, and they would go, Mama. And I'd say, but that's not the way you say that. Our spelling class is in January. Numbers is next time. Yeah, that's right. Spelling is not this month. Spelling is not this month. I remember Teresa saying that. Spelling is not this month. It's so weird because I'm more of the English person in our family. James is more of the math. When our children used to have English questions or literature or spelling, they would come to me. When they would have to have math answered or history or geometry or geography, they would go to Jane's. But that's how that worked. But anyway, let me tell y'all about this new book I'm reading. And I don't know if y'all have ever read this book. Some of y'all may have read this book. It's a paperback book. It's about this thick. I don't know. I forgot how many pages it has in it. Me too. I'm a big punctuation and spelling. Yes, I am too. And when I misspell something on YouTube from being like the spell check or something, I'm just like, oh gosh, I automatically catch it. And I'm like, oh, that drives me crazy when I do that. But the name of the book is Hinds, Hides, Hinds Feet on High Places. And it's an allegory. And 2 million copies of it has been sold. And I've read it. This is probably the 4th time that I've read this book over the last, I probably read it every 5 to 10 years. I probably read this book over again. That's how much I enjoy reading it. My daughter stay home from school because she said, oh, what's wrong with your daughter, Krista? I hope she'll be okay. Boss is calling. Catch you all later. Okay, Jane. Thanks for dropping in. I hope your daughter will get better, Krista. I'll say prayers for her. But I have a couple of giveaways today and a few questions that we play on our question. Let me see if I can find our questions. She has a cough and a little fever. She is 5 and oh, bless her heart. I always hated when our babies got sick and you couldn't do anything, especially like Lincoln's age. Taylor said he's been waking up at night just screaming. And that's unusual for him. And she can't figure out why, but he's teething. He is teething. And y'all know a toothache is always worse. And an earache is always worse at night. There's a bug going around. I got sick yesterday. Oh no, Christina. Oh, I hope y'all get to feeling better. I definitely don't need it. Hey, GJ Threeful, I've been thinking about you. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. I thought about you and thought about you didn't come in last week. We're just going to answer some questions. Oh, I went into Josie and Selena and Scooter Renee's auction. I don't know if y'all went in there last night. I don't know how many of y'all went in there. But they were acting really, really silly. And Selena and Scooter Renee were laughing really, really hard when Josie was up there selling stuff. And they sounded like the laughing gallery while Josie was selling. It was the funniest thing. I don't know if y'all were in there or not. I don't know if any of y'all went over there to watch that auction last night. But they were having fun. I'm going to put this in here. Let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so you know how we have a mailbox outside in front of our house. Y'all have seen me get my mail out of it. Well, a couple of times our mail lady would have the flag up and I would have a package in there or 2 packages that I wanted sent out that already had the postage on it and everything. All she had to do was pull it out and take it. The flag was up. The flag up tells you if something's in there you need to take. Well, she wouldn't take it. She would just stick our mail in there with it and not take it. So James, I said, look, I have 2 small packages and an envelope, a card that I'm sending somebody, put it outside, but I doubt she'll pick it up. He said, oh, she'll get it because I told the mail lady last time that she didn't get it. He went up to the post office. He goes out there. He comes back in. He said, oh, you got 2 packages. I said, James, look at those packages. He looked. I said, that's the 2 packages I told you to put in the mailbox. I said, she didn't pick them up. And he said, well, the flag was up. I said, why is she not getting our package? So he takes them up to the the post office uptown and tells the lady, the flag was up and the lady is not taking our mail. They already have postage on them and everything. So anyway, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why the lady's not taking our packages. Oh, I know y'all did, Josie. We are going to do that every other week. Oh, Josie, you're going to be so busy because you're going to be doing a show with me. You're going to be doing that with them every other week. You're going to be doing your 2 auctions, your auctions on Saturday. Girl, you're going to be busy. Girl. All right, here's some questions. Let's go. All right. Oh, this is a good one. This is a real good question. What in the world is that? Excuse me. Hold on a minute, y'all. What was your favorite TV show growing up? Josie said, I love being busy. You must, Josie. You can look, I want to tell this, Josie. I hope you don't mind. Okay, so y'all can put the answer to that question there. What was your favorite TV show growing up? Josie and I are friends on Facebook, and I'll send her something through Messenger every now and then. But I see these TikToks of these elderly ladies dancing. Like they can be 90 years old, 96-year-old, and it's really an elegant kind of dance. It's not like a real, awful dance or anything. But they're just enjoying themselves, like a ballroom dance kind of dance. So I send them to Josie because every time I see one of those videos, I think now Josie could do that. I could see Josie doing that, like doing that kind of dance and just having a good time. And I send her stuff like that sometimes. Claudette said Gunsmoke. I watched that. Matt Dillon. Mine was Full House. I'm trying to think. We always watched Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Love Boat, Fantasy Island, Little House on the Prairie. What else did we watch? I'm trying to think by the nights, Oh my gosh, and we had to watch Lawrence Welk. Did y'all have to watch Lawrence Welk? Eights and Up. Oh, I loved Eights and Up. I loved that show. I forgot all about Eights and Up. Rawhide, that's a good one. I only got to see the reruns of that one because I was too young. I mean, I wasn't born when Rawhide was. And Josie, I don't know if you remember me telling you this, which is the last season of Yellowstone. But after seeing the picture that you showed us, I think of your late husband, the cowboy, you would love Rip. He's the cowboy that's on that series, Yellowstone. Yeah, Rawhide, I think it was in black and white. Was it in black and white? Oh, the Brady Bunch. Yes. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Nobody is going to be able to forget that if they ever watch that show. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. I like Little House on the Prairie, Gunsmoke. Oh, the Waltons. Yes. Good night, John Boy. And some others too. Oops, can't forget to mention I Love Lucy. Oh, I Love Lucy. Yes. Y'all are just bringing back so many memories. But I know Josie stays really, really busy, but she would absolutely love Yellowstone because she loves cowboys. And she would love Real, the one that's with Beth on there. Oh my gosh, he is so, oh my gosh. And I love Lucy too, even though I'm way younger than all of you. That's okay, Krista. I can't see anybody that can't like I Love Lucy. She was that was so funny, so amazing. That series will never die, I don't think. Yeah, the Waltons was great. Did y'all see the very first movie, The Waltons, before it became a series? Did y'all ever watch that? The very first one, when the series came out, it had a different mom and a different daddy. On the movie, there was two people that played the mom and daddy that wasn't in the actual series. Dennis the Menace, yeah. When TV first come out, I love westerns now. You give me a good western, oh, I will watch it in a minute. That's why I love Yellowstone, is because it reminds me of a western. I Dream of Jeannie, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, the westerns were good. I love a good western. Now that's one thing that James and I have in common. There's a lot of things that we don't really like that each other watches on TV, but we will watch a western together. Bewitched, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Petticoat Junction. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Petticoat Junction. Yes. What about Green Acres? Zsa Zsa Gabor and Green Acres. Sir Graves Ghastly. I've never heard of that one. I've never heard of that, Claudette. Mm-mm. Nope. That's a new one on me. I'll have to look that up. All right. Let's see. What's the next question? What was your, I don't know if I've ever asked this one before, but we'll try it again. What was your favorite subject in school? Of course, I just told mine. Mine was English, literature, spelling, reading. That was my favorite. All that. Math. Mm-mm. French. Oh, I wish I could speak French. French seems like no, don't. Okay, I may not should have to say it like this, but some languages sound a little more sexier than other languages. Like the French, I think sounds real sexy. Italian sounds sexy, and then others don't to me. You know, keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Yeah, Green Acres history. That's all I could speak when I was young. Oh, I would love. You got to teach me. What about Portuguese? And you know what gets me? And I can't get my head around this. Comprehending another language. You know, I know we all had to learn English, that we know English, and it's supposed to be the hardest language to learn. And I just think of these people speaking Spanish, and I'm like, how can they speak Spanish and English? Because I keep thinking, why can't I speak Spanish? But I've tried to speak a different words, and it just won't roll out of my mouth like some people's. You know, I can't roll my tongue like that or move my mouth the way it's supposed to be moved, or I don't know. Yarnigan said, I like literature. Yeah, she must like to read like I do. Oh, it's similar to Spanish. Okay. I have to learn it again. I know what my mama says, but I answer back in English. Oh, so your mom speaks French? That is cool. Music. Oh, yeah. I like music class too. I really did. Though I can't carry a tune, I still like music. Spanish and Italian have a certain sound to both of their languages, it seems to me. I'll tell y'all another good show that come out, and it's called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. It coming on right after Yellowstone. It's about these oil rigs in Texas and all. It started last week, and James and I just happened to catch it and watch it. It's going to be a good series too. Landman, I think it's called. Oh, this is a good one. My uncle is French all the way and would dream and speak a lot while dreaming. Well, they finally recorded and found out he was speaking German. He doesn't even know German. Wow, that is interesting, Claudette. Wow. You know, we talked about dreams last week, whether we dreamed in black and white or color. Or, you know, I dream all the time. I wake up going, I gotta remember that dream. Spanish and Italian are a part of the Romance language along with French and German. Oh, nice. And and I dream the craziest dreams. Crazy. One more question and we're gonna do a giveaway. All right, now this one, y'all got to think about this one now. Y'all got to think about this. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? I'd love to be fluent. Hold on. Hold on. I would love to be to fluently speak. Oh, me too. Me too, Claudette. Hands down. Oh, Christina, me too. Me too. Hands down, I would love to be able to speak another language. I don't remember if I even dream. I knew Josie was going to say red. I knew she was going to say red. Claudette said blue. I think Christina's is blue. One color. Yeah, one color. Yarnigan said black. Hey, Yarnigan, you know what they say about wearing black clothing, right? Black picks up everything but men and money. My grandmother used to say that all the time. When you wear black clothing, she said, you know, when you wear black clothing, it picks up everything but men and money. That's what she said. I would pick green. I would wear green all the time. Hi, Angie. Sorry I'm late, but wanted to stop in and say hi. See what y'all all jabbering about today. Never know what comments will go through on the video, so I like to say hi when I can. Hey, SRJ Wildcat. I'm so glad you made it. I hope you're feeling better. We are asking if you could only wear one color the rest of your life, what color would it be? Krista said I'd wear black. You know, mine used to be black too when I worked at the bank. I would tell them I loved to wear black. I would tell them at the bank. You know, Johnny Cash was the man in black. He always wore black. Hey, y'all. I hope everyone is well and has a wonderful upcoming weekend. Teresa said black accessorizes everything nicely. It does, and it's slimming. Black is slimming. That's why I'd always wear it. But honestly, back then, I really didn't need it. I wasn't that big. Now I'm huge. I need black. Still pretty rough, Angie, but trying my best. Hope you're feeling better too. You missed the story about me getting stuck in my yard in my wheelchair. You'll have to go back and watch the front of the video and listen to the story about me getting stuck outside in my wheelchair and nobody was here. And I didn't have my phone or I couldn't call anybody. You'll have to go back and listen to it. All right, we're just going to do a giveaway. All right, this time I got this. It's a pen. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's a Santa Claus, and it's a writing pen. It's a pen, and we have this. We'll give y'all a choice of this candle. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Let me see what it smells like. Lemon. This is lemon. Lemon. Oh, no wonder it smells so good. Yeah, it does. Black looks good on everyone. Oh, I'm a little blurry. That doesn't surprise me. The wind's blowing outside. I hope when I get a new computer that all this straightens up. That's what I hope. But anyway, let me see if I can take this out and show y'all this pen. I think I can. It's the cutest little pen. It's brand new. See there? It's got a little piece of peppermint candy. Got a little Santa Claus hanging right there. You can choose between that and this lemon candle. All right. Okay, we got 11 in here. I'm just going to write down the number. Let's see. We'll play it like that today. I'd probably wear blue. My mom likes me in turquoise because of my eyes. But I love any blue. But I love any blue turquoise for some reason. But both my football teams are red. I'm pale. You know, I used to didn't really like red that much. But here lately, the last couple of years, I've been wearing red lipstick. You know, I like red better than I used to like red. All right, we're going to put, let me write the number down first. because I don't want to look at y'all's numbers. I already have a number in my head. Let me get over here. All right. I like more than one color clothes to wear for the rest of my life if I can help it. Yeah, that was just a question to say if you could only wear one color, what would you wear? All right, y'all, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. You think that's everyone? Is that everyone? Okay. 5, 4, 3. In case we got a lag. 2, 1. There's a lot of auctions going on. That's where most of my community is. All right, this is my number. 15. I think it was Josie. Josie got 12. Josie. Josie, do you want the pen or the candle? Do you want the writing pen or do you want the lemon candle? What do you want? Congratulations, Josie. Okay. Oh, that smells so good. Oh my goodness. Josie gets that. And when you burn the candle out, this little tin, you can use this little tin for little trinkets and stuff. I think after the holidays, I'm going to change my going live, either the time or the day. I hadn't decided yet. I'm going to change it either the time or the day. You're welcome. All right. Next question. If you could be any age, the rest of your life, what age would you be? Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to mornings. I think I am, Claudette. That's my thinking. I'm going to go back to morning time. If you could be any age for the rest of your life, what age would you be? I mean physically, because even in our mind, like my grandmother used to say, my body's old, but my mind is still young. And I think, how is that possible? But now I'm at the age where I still feel like I'm young in my head. Josie said she'd be 45, 29. Claudette said 29. I think I'd be 35. Between 35 and 40. I think that would be that. But 35 probably. Yeah. I don't think I want to go back to being a teenager. No, no, no. I had a good time being a teenager. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But no. An age where I could have more babies. Claudette likes babies. She wanted to have a bunch of babies. I really didn't have a rough time with the pregnancy or the delivery. I didn't have a hard time at all. I had Matt in 3.5 hours, and the whole time I was pregnant, I felt the best that I had ever felt in my entire life. But it's just the thought of being totally responsible for another human life that was just always threw me for a loop, and I'm thinking, I can only have two, because the thought of having three or four or five to keep up with, I'm like, no, no, I can't be responsible for three or four or five lives. But some people they just love it. That this is another question that's making me to think. It's just like a hypothetical question. It really is not a wrong answer to it. I mean, it's just a choice. Only for my second, I had toxemia and emergency C-sections. The others were all natural. Ooh, I'm not having an all natural, which I wish I would have now, because I think that's why my back is in such bad shape. It's because I had the epidural. And I think when you have the epidural, it breaks down your spine, your bone and everything, that whatever they put in that. And I think I didn't have any back problems until after I had my epidural. And then my back was never the same. I don't know if I would want to go back. I like what each age has taught me. Yes. Yes, that's true. Well, I don't necessarily think it means going back, but just to say, okay, I want to live a long time, but I want to stay 35. I want to stay how I felt at 35. I want to stay that way always, but keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what that question means. And that's the way I'm going to take it, is that's what that means. What are y'all doing this weekend? What are y'all doing? Taylor has got on this kick about couponing. I mean, she has got on this major kick about couponing. So she comes over Saturday and says, Mom, I just went and got all this. And she showed me everything she had gotten and she saved like, let's say, saved like $45 on what she had gotten. And she said, do you want me to go for you and you take advantage of the same deals? And I'm like, yeah. So she goes back up to the place where it was our Dollar General, and she uses my app and the coupons and does the same thing for me. And I took a picture of it, and it was like 17 items. 17 items that we got. They told me I couldn't for that last, because I had a C-section, but I did it natural. I was afraid to take any drugs, so I took nothing. I had long labor. Oh, no. Good answer, Christina. I wish I could feel that way. Yes. That was a good answer. Very good answer. This one will be easy. This is an easy one. What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite animal? Your favorite animal. Claudette said monkeys. Of course, y'all know I love owls. Josie said dogs. Josie's son has the cutest dog, and he has a cat too. Lola is the new lab. No, is it a lab or is it a golden retriever? Oh yeah, Josie loves hummingbirds. I cannot look at a hummingbird picture without thinking of Josie. I think of Josie every time I see hummingbirds. Yeah, it's a golden. That's what I thought. Yarn said dogs. if not domesticated big cats. Oh, I love sea turtles too. Yeah. I think if we could go into the ocean, I don't think we've seen all the beauty that the ocean holds. I mean, it holds some beautiful creatures underneath there. I don't even think we have seen all of them. Yeah, I love dogs too. I know, Josie. I don't know if y'all know this. And James and I were talking about this, Josie. Okay, so Josie has got to remove her bird feeder off her patio by December the 5th. They don't want any plants or bird feeders or anything. And she lives in a apartment complex or something like that. But my question to you, Josie, is that's wasted space out there on your patio. I mean, why put a patio on connected to the apartment if you can't utilize the space and fix it the way you want it to look? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me that they don't want you to have live plants or hummingbird feeders or bird feeders or anything like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Canines, felines, and parrots, and some others. I don't just say one animal that I like either. I'm an adult and I still love to go to the zoo. I still love to go to the zoo. Love it. You're in California, they still come to the bird feeder. They'll still go. Yeah, I told them they should reduce my rent since I know, Josie. What's the use of having that space? It's like wasted space. I mean, what older person does not want to look out on their patio and see something that brightens their day? That makes, I mean, I'm not elderly by no means yet. I mean, I'm considered a senior citizen, but not like elderly. And I like to look out my door and see the birds and, beautiful flowers, and it just brightens my day. What is their deal? I don't really understand. Tess. I like lions too, yes. And zebras, yep. And the monkeys. I like the zoo, yeah. I like seeing these animals that, yeah. I like don't like seeing them. Yeah, they don't need to be caged up. I agree. Where I live is 55 and older. See, I could live there. I could live in the same place that Josie lives because I'm 57. I could live there. But I would want to be able to look out on my patio and see, flowers blooming, birds coming to the bird feeder. Josie, you know what they do have? I just thought of this. I just thought of this, Josie. They have these things that you lift your window and you slide it into your window, and then it's a bird feeder thing, and they fly up into the bird feeder and they're right there at your window. But they can't get into your house because it's like a box and they just come up in there. What would they say if you got one of those? You know what I'm talking about? Like you raise your window, you put this box there, and you put the window down, and then the on the outside the box is open, and the birds come up in there, and they're that close. They're that close to you that you can see them right there. I wonder what they would say if you put one of those in your window. I don't know if I explained that well enough, but they're really cool the way they advertise them on Amazon. Um, you know, it's just a box, and They would make me take it down. Well, that wouldn't be in your patio. That would be in a window. Do they just don't want birds coming to the apartment place? Is that what it is? They don't want birds or squirrels or any kind of animals? Is that what it is? That to me, that something does not sound correct to me. That does not sit with me very well. Every time you mention it, there is only one bedroom. There's only one bedroom window and a patio door. Oh, I love to listen to the birds chirping too. GJ 34. Josie, I can't even imagine somebody telling me that I can't have a bird feeder. To me, that's just the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. I mean, if they really wanted to worry about something, they need to be worried about if somebody's cutting their grass, and if they aren't, or they might have the grass cut for everybody. They may pay somebody to do the whole apartment complex. So I shouldn't even use that as an example. That just doesn't make sense to me at all. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I wonder what started all this. It just doesn't make sense. Mm-mm. But I'm with you. They need to come down on your rent if you're not going to have the use of your patio. What can you do on your patio now? If it wasn't stipulated on the lease, they shouldn't be able to tell you this new policy. That's true. Oh, I have told them what I really think. I even told them that I had the money. If I had the money, I would move. It just doesn't make any sense. And if it doesn't make sense, something's wrong. I wish you were able to move, Josie, honestly. I wish you were able to. That is the most ridiculous thing. Oh, but they wrote a new lease that you had to sign, I guess. Sounds like someone has a heart problem. Bird singing is nothing but joyful. Exactly. Oh, did they, Josie? Yes. Yes, and I bet everybody had to sign a new lease too. Yep. That's how they got you. Yep. People are so money hungry. Oh my goodness. And they know people don't have the money to take them to court to fight it because they have so much money. The people that own those complexes have so much money they can fight it for years, but they know the people that live in those apartments probably don't have the means to fight the uh apartment complex. You know what I mean? We had to sign or move. Oh my goodness. That sounds awful. Mm. All right, next question. What movie never fails to make you cry? Right, Claudette. Right. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes. What movie never fails to make you cry? Let's see. I feel like it is too. The Poseidon. Is that the first one? Teresa, is that the very first Poseidon? The older one? That's the one that I really like. I can't remember what year it came out. I think it might have been in the 70s. I agree with you, Josie. I said that. Josie's place. Does 55 plus really save you money? We're stuck where we are too. Josie said, I cry at most movies. Oh, The Passion of the Christ. I read that wrong. Oh, yeah, I love that movie. Yeah. The Champ made me cry. Yeah. Nights in Rodeo and the Bridges. Oh, I love the Bridges over Madison County. I cry at Steel Magnolias every time the daughter dies. Evening Star. Uh, oh my goodness. I am a big crybaby when it comes to movies. I cry at like hour series, like an hour show or whatever, or something sad happens. I mean, I'm just a big crybaby. That's all I am. A big crybaby. Let me see what the next question is going to be. Three words that describe who you are. I pay $14.63 a month rent in California for a one bedroom. Most rent here is $2,000 to $6,000 a month. Oh my gosh! When James and I used to have a house note before we paid our house off, our note wasn't even 1,400. What Josie pays now, our house note was never that. Never. Our house note was like half of that, half of what she pays for her rent, and we were buying our house. Oh my gosh! If I had to pay $2,000 to $6,000 a month rent, I would have to have a lot of money and nothing that I wanted to do with it. Yeah, it's expensive. Our rent was raised in the last 2 years higher than anywhere in the country, and we're in the Midwest. Our income never changes, of course. I know. That is what's so bad. Your income doesn't change, but everything goes up. Studios. Silly, kind, emotional. Yeah, I would say that about you, Claudette. That's why I have to work so much. I understand that. I live in an apartment. You live in an apartment or a house? Josie lives in an apartment, GJ Threeful. Angie, we have a one bedroom apartment and our wastewater alone is more than in your house Insane. Wait, what? Angie, we have a one bedroom apartment and our water slash wastewater alone is more than your house. Oh, what you pay a month is more? Oh no. Honest, call it like it is. Oh my, they always did say that California is more of an expensive place to live. I cannot imagine. Uh-uh. But I can tell y'all this. Okay, so land here in Mississippi, like James and I could buy 30 acres of land if we could find it. Okay? If we could find 30 acres, and that's what we always wanted. we want to pay anywhere from, let's just say, probably $1,000 an acre for it, like 30,000. So my son and his wife just built a new home, and their lot that they built this home on is in a subdivision. And we live on an acre lot here where our house is. We have an acre, okay? Theirs is, I don't know how big, but it's not very big, yard or anything. I think it's on a corner, and corner lots are more expensive than the middle lot. And this is in Louisiana. So I think they pay like $60,000 or more for just the place to build the house. And then you build the house on it. When James and I bought this house back in 1991, we purchased this house in 1991 and we financed it for 15 years. And the price that they were asking for our home back in 1991 was $55,000. That's what we paid for this home back in 1991. Okay, $55,000. That's what we paid. I cannot imagine what other states have to pay for a home. I cannot even imagine. In Ontario, if you rent, you don't pay water. Around here, the one-bedroom apartments cost more than our mortgage. It's crazy. Not in the city that would be double and more, but studio apartments have $2,500 and up a month. Oh my goodness. I can't move. I can't move to another state. They upped the rent. We only used to pay electricity, cable, etc. Now they doubled the rent the last handful of years and added waterways, bugs, trash, etc. That is crazy. That's what you pay for a lot here. Then you build on that. It's crazy. We've never owned a house, probably paid enough rent that we could have bought a block of apartments. Been here 30 years. Oh, wow. I am in New York. Well, James and I have been here. Matt was 3 years old when we moved here. Matt is 34, so we've been here 31 years in this home. James and I have. That now explains why people in California may be talking about making more money so much because they got to pay their bills up to $6,000 in places just for one apartment per month. Wow. I know, that's crazy. I can't believe people actually pay that. I could think of a lot better things I could do with $6,000 than to pay for somewhere to live. I mean, really. But if you can afford $6,000 a month, that means you're making more money that's coming in, more money than I have coming into my household. I mean, you got to be. Where I live is the cheapest. That's why I can't move. Gosh, Josie. Hey, Leon, welcome in. How are you? And if this don't quit popping up, and we're looking for a car, wanted a mid-size 6-cylinder, and they don't exist anymore. 4-cylinder EOS costs more now than 6 cylinders 10 years ago, too. Not sure what we'll do either. Well, y'all heard me say we just had to pay for James to get a new transmission in his truck, which was $7,100. Like $7,100. And that was cheaper than going to buy the kind of truck that he has, because the kind of truck he has which is used. It's a used truck now, and he bought it used. We won't buy new vehicles. We won't buy new ones. And of course, it's a 4-wheel drive, okay? It's a 4-wheel drive. And the truck that he drives, it usually runs anywhere from the upper 40s to $50,000, okay? The truck that he drives. All right, of course, he didn't pay that for it. He didn't pay that for it. But that's what they come brand new and more, depending on what you put in them. And we always said we wasn't going to buy a vehicle that costs more than what we pay for our house. I mean, I'm not going to pay something more to ride in than I paid for the house that I live in. That doesn't make any sense to me. So it came out cheaper for us to pay the $7,100 for him to get a new transmission rather than to go out and purchase another truck. You know. Sounds like Josie in a very similar predicament as we're in. Yes. That's when you want a mechanic in the family. Yes. Yes. But that was 31 years. Yes, you're exactly right. That was 31 years ago. Now, see, our house has increased in value. Now we could sell it for over $100,000 if we wanted to sell. You know, it's that we've got that much equity in our house, so we made a good investment. You know what I'm saying? But with it being paid off, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just it is what it is. But we were blessed enough that we purchased our house at a young age. Matt was 3. That was back in 1991. I was born in 67. How old was I? Let's see. So we purchased our house in 91. Let me see how I can't remember how old I was. We were young. 1991 minus 1967. 24. We were 24 years old. So by the time we were 40, we had our house paid for. By the time we were 40. And that's pretty good, you know, all things considered. Some like my son, he's 34 and they just purchased another brand new home, you know, and by the time we were his age, we almost had our home paid for. But they decided they wanted a bigger home. And they do have better jobs than James and I had when we were starting out. You know what I'm saying? Your home here would go for 500,000 easily. Oh wow. I also understand, Warnell, gas prices going up too. Oh yeah. That's the way you do it. We were homeowners at 34 until our business went bankrupt. Angie, in California, you could not buy a house for what your house would sell for. Wow. It's because California's cost of living is already so high. That's why we're protesting against the high gas prices there. If I see it even more well now than what I thought that I did for 34 years. Yeah. But see, I moved so much growing up. My mom moved us. I'm telling y'all, we moved so many times when I grew up that I got so tired of moving. When I married James, I told him if we ever buy a house, they're going to have to take me out feet first or head first because I was so tired of moving. I had just moved so much. And I'm telling you, moved in the same little town. I'm not telling you that we moved to another state, another city, another whatever. We moved in the same town in a different house. Just all the time we were moving. And I just didn't want to move anymore. And when I moved here, I made up my mind. I said, I'm not moving. I'm not moving again. Not moving. And then James said, well, when the kids get out of school, would you move to the country? And I said, yeah, I'll move to the country when they graduate high school and go to college. Well, we hadn't been able to find any property, but now we're at this point where we're saying, why do we want all that land when we're getting older and we really can't take care of it? Why do we want all that land? We moved 37 times in my lifetime. Most of this before I was 40. Mom moved us just about once a year. That's the way it was with us, Teresa. I mean, I could have got a job as a professional mover, and my brother and my sister, because we would pack up everything while my mom was at work during the summer or whenever. And when she got home, she'd have get the U-Haul or whatever, and we would move. And this is a true story. My stepdad had to stop at the police station. He worked offshore. This is a true story. My stepdad had to stop at the police station uptown and ask them where we moved because he was offshore when we moved. And he didn't know where we had moved to. So he had to stop at the police station and ask them where we moved. I'm not joking. That's a true story. Yes. Yes, Teresa. Yes. He sure did. He did not know where we moved to, and he had to stop and ask. Yep. True story. We moved a bit, but once my mom came to back to Texas, she was like, I'm done. She stayed put. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I didn't even move my furniture around when James and I first moved in this house. I didn't move my furniture around for years because I didn't want to move. I didn't want to move furniture. I didn't want to move anything. I'm serious. I know y'all think that's crazy. I'm trying to get me a Kleenex and out of this box. But it's the truth. I finally got, after we'd been in this house about 5, 6, 7 years, I finally got to where I'd move my living room around and my bedroom around and let it look different and stuff, and the kids would move their bedroom around. I didn't do that for years. And I was always determined that my children, when they grew up and married or went out on their own, that they'd be able to ride by a house and say, I grew up in that house. I have great memories of living in that house. See, there's not a house that I can say that because we didn't stay anywhere very long. So I can't say that about anything except my grandparents' house. I have good memories there. But as far as like living with my mom and all, I can't say, oh, take my children by a house and say, oh, that's where I grew up my entire life. I loved it there. We did this, this, and this. Claudette said, I love house decorating. I only live in California because my son is here. Yeah, I understand that, Josie. Matt wants James and I, after James retires, he wants James and I to move to Louisiana where they live. Okay. And I'm not saying we won't ever have to do that because I don't know how my health is going to be. I don't know how James's health's going to be. But see, we still have Taylor here. Okay. So how do you make a choice to leave one child to go to another child? When you've been in one spot where both of your children can come to that one spot where they're familiar with. You know what I'm saying? They come at home because this is where they were brought up. And we try to tell Matt, look, Matt, we can't leave Taylor and move down there with you. And what if Haley and Matt got offered better jobs? They work in the medical field. What if they got offered better jobs in another state? Okay, there we are in Louisiana, stuck in Louisiana, not knowing anybody or related to anybody, and they're moving on to another state, you know? And moving is not cheap. Moving is expensive. I have lived in Idaho, Oregon, uh, and Nevada. I've only lived right here in this small town most of my life, except for seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, and 10th grade. 4 years I lived somewhere else. And the rest of my life I lived here in this small town. But I've been on vacation in other states, you know. But I mean, I can't make a choice to or rationalize why to move to Louisiana with Matt and leave here and leave one child and go to another child. You know, I can't rationalize that right now. It may come to that. I don't know. We we had to leave our kids and granddaughter because we needed lung specialists, and we moved back to our hometown. Yeah, I understand that for health reasons. Yes, I've lived in California, Texas, Louisiana, and the UK. Wow, Christina. I've lived in New York, Arizona, California, and Nevada. Wow. Have my mama and sister and brother, but it's not the same. Oh, I bet it's not the same. Oh, yeah, you have a lot of sisters. You do. Yeah. Wow. All right, let's do the last giveaway and then we got to say goodbye. All right. The last giveaway is this. I have this little box. Y'all see this little box? And you open it up, it has some things in it. It has, let's see, one, it has 3 pair of earrings in it. It has these little pearl earrings. Has these little, it looks like little daisies, I guess. And then it has these little wreath looking earrings. That's both of them stuck together. Let me hold it up there. These little wreath looking earrings. And I just put them in this little box. This little box. Let me close it up. That and we're gonna do the pen again. You have between that and the pen. Let me write the number down before y'all pick a number. Okay. I'm gonna put 1 through 15 since there's only 6 people in here. Hey, Tuber Chat, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Only 2 people playing this time. Oh, Kevin is his name. Oh, okay. I didn't know his name was Kevin. Thank you, Teresa. Two people playing. 2 people playing. Thank you, Claudette. All right, this is the number. I think we're going to have to, let me put the, y'all got some good odds of winning. Oh, Winning Walk got hers just in time. All right, we're going to have to choose numbers again because my number was 5. And you have to be the closest without going over, and everybody's over. So, everybody pick a number again. 1 through 15. Let me write down the number. All right, go again. I'm so glad y'all dropped by today. Made my day. All right. We got 3 playing. Let's see. All right. The number is 10. Christina, you got it. Do you want the pen or the box? Do you want the box or do you want the Christmas pen? What do you want? Congratulations. What do you want, my dear Christina? Oh, the pen? Okay, good. I'll send you the pen. The pen is really cute. It's really cute. You'll love it. You put it in your purse or if you journal or whatever. Yeah, it's a Christmas pen, GJ Threefull. I showed it earlier. Okay, guys, it's time for us to go. I may come on a little bit earlier, but I won't be next Thursday. It's going to have to be Wednesday of next week because, Thanksgiving's Thursday. So I may come on early. I don't know, but y'all see the thumbnail. I love you. There's nothing y'all can do about it. I'll see y'all in the chats. I have my video coming out, my neighborhood chat video. I know I hadn't had one in a couple of weeks, but things have been hectic. I love you all. Bye.